Today for our show, Never Have I Ever. I'm sitting here with Natalie. Natalie, where are you from?
I'm from Cocoa Beach, Florida.
Oh, beautiful. And have you ever played Never Have I Ever before?
Not to this extent, but yes.
All right, right on. I'll explain how the rules to those at home who may not know how to play the game. I will read off a statement, and if one of us have done it before, we get a point. Since this is casual, we won't be keeping score today, and our guests can elaborate if they'd like to give us context. Now that I've explained the rules, let's get started. Never have I ever broken a bone.
I have not.
Neither have I.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I feel like I've gotten close sometimes.
I wore bubble wrap for most of my life.
Never have I ever ghosted someone.
No.
No. I have plenty of times. Sometimes I can't tolerate
Sometimes
people.
you gotta do it.
Right, and I feel bad being like, oh, I don't want to talk to you anymore, so silent treatment time. I'm sorry, but it works.
Oh, I forgot.
Exactly. I've used that so many times.
Yeah.
I might not be a great person. Never have I ever been out of the country.
I have.
Really? Where have you gone?
Bahamas a few times, Mexico when I was really young, and then my family took a trip to the Mediterranean for a cruise.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. So
Really?
I have been out of the country a couple times. This
Nice.
past New Year's, we were over in Greece, and then we went over to Rome. And a couple years ago, my dad and I went over to Africa. We were in Tanzania and Kenya.
That's cool. Did you do
was
a safari?
Yes, that was the whole trip
Nice.
was just going to see safaris, and it was the coolest experience of my life. I would
Nice.
trade anything to go and do it again, quite honestly.
That sounds so fun. Did you camp out there or you go back to a hotel?
So we didn't have hotels. They were called luxury tents, and it was pretty much a tent, but it had AC, running water,
Nice.
electricity in them. So not like a Marriott hotel that you'd say, but still
Still
a really
nice.
nice place. And it was in the middle of nowhere. So we
That's
had to
so
take
cool.
these big old trucks and jeeps, the ones you see in Jurassic Park, and
Yeah.
then drive through this bush to go find them. But it was awesome.
Did you see the stars at night?
I
No
can't
light?
even explain to you the stars I saw at night. I have never, and I don't think I ever will see stars like I did that time.
Yeah.
It's burnt into my brain.
Yeah,
Never have I ever cheated in a relationship.
I have not.
Neither have I been cheated on many, many times.
That's
but
worse.
Oh, I personally agree.
Yeah.
I have morals, unlike the people I've dated before. Never have I ever been arrested.
No, I have not.
Neither have I.
No.
Look at us go.
Goody two shoes.
Yeah, we're just so good sometimes. Never have I ever stolen.
Yeah. So when I was really young, I stole a coloring book from Publix, and my mom made me
Publix.
bring it back.
Oh my gosh, I'd be mortified.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be able to do it.
Yeah. I just really wanted it.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
My answer is yes. Sadly, I can admit plenty of times that this has happened. We have a gas station back home called Sheetz, and it's always busy, and it's always easy to just be like, oh, I want a chocolate milk. I'm gonna
Yep.
take that home with me. Oh, they have a little stuffed animal of Luigi. I want that. That's coming home with me. I don't have the money in this economy, straight up. Never have I ever given someone flowers.
I've picked flowers and given them to people. So
I think that
yeah.
counts. Yeah, absolutely.
That I have. Yeah.
I've given my mom and my boyfriend flowers, but I think that's it. I think
Yeah.
those are the two deserving people in my life.
Yeah. Usually they're the weed flowers too,
Yeah.
the white ones that grow out
Yeah,
of the
little
weeds.
dandelions, whatever I can find. It's quick, it's easy.
Yeah.
I'd still give them flowers. Never have I ever dined and dashed.
I have not.
Neither have I.
No.
I don't think
I feel bad.
I know, but then
Yeah.
I go back to the ceiling and it's a little bit of moral conflicts there. But at the same time, the goody two shoes in me, I'd feel so bad.
Yeah.
Someone served this meal up for me, and then I'm just gonna leave and screw over everybody. No.
I also feel bad if it's a server and they bring me.
Right,
Do they have to pay?
I couldn't leave that on somebody else.
No.
I'd feel too guilty about that.
No. They always bring the check before I'm ready to go anyway. So I
Yeah,
can't.
right.
Can't
It's
really
not
escape
I can
it.
just be like, oh, I'm gonna run to the bathroom, and then
Yeah.
that's not gonna happen in my
No.
book. Never have ever peed my pants as an adult.
I have. I was really sick, but yeah, I have.
I have, just from laughing though. It was one time a couple years ago. Oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
don't need to get further into that one.
No.
Never have I ever lost my wallet.
I think I have, but it was probably I misplaced it or I just forgot where it was.
Yeah.
So it was in a safe location. It wasn't I left it at the bar. I just forgot that I left it in the bathroom at my friend's house.
That's
Or
understandable.
something like that. So
I
Yeah.
have gotten mine stolen. So a little throwback to Hurricane Ian. It is 2 days before they call it, and I'm over at Armature Works, and my wallet, poof, it's gone. Then they call the hurricane. I don't have an ID. I don't have any money. I have no way to get home. I have no way to get anywhere. So I'm freaking out. But long story
Dang.
short, got all my cards replaced, got everything. I think I had
Good.
$20 in cash. So at the end of the day, it wasn't that
I don't
big
even
of a
carry
loss.
cash.
No, seriously, me neither. Like if I get like cash in a card like for Christmas or something, like that's my only time I get cash.
That's
it.
emergency fund. It's locked in a box
That's
somewhere.
what I'm saying, but I also have conflicting thoughts about cash. It's like it's free money in my eyes. Like I'm like it's not in my bank account. I
get
can
that.
just do what I want with it. But then whatever.
Yeah. When I go out, I just bring my ID and my credit card, stick it in my pocket.
Sometimes I'll even throw it in my phone case just to make it even more easy to just get around.
Easy.
Yeah, exactly, and you don't get it stolen as easy.
No,
either.
I don't have to carry a purse all night either.
Right, like I get so annoyed. Like that's why I try to wear like jeans or something with pockets because I just don't like carrying something around because then I'll lose the bag, which has happened more than I've lost my wallet. I just lose the bags I'm carrying.
And I'm already carrying my phone in my hand at all times, so I don't want to carry more.
It's just too much clutter, too much everything.
Yeah.
Being a girl is hard.
I do get lucky with my friends though. I put my stuff in their purse.
Yep, anytime a friend has it, it's just yes. And then like my boyfriend will wear these cargo pants, and I'm like, can I just throw everything in your pocket so I just don't need to carry
And those
anything?
lower pockets too. Who's gonna steal out of those ones?
Like nobody's gonna bend over to your ankle and be like, I'm gonna take whatever's in here. Like that's just not gonna happen. Never have I ever met someone famous.
I've seen someone famous. I don't think I've met anyone famous. I've seen Selena Gomez at Disneyland, and I've seen a race car driver in Disney World. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've met a couple of professional dirt bike racers. Like I'll go to these races and spend an extra $50 just to go say hi and take a picture with them. I mean, I think it's worth it. It's fun. And then back in, I don't even know, like 2012, 2013, I met Bridget Mendler. She was having a concert at this mall by my house, which is, this feels like such a fever dream. I can't believe this is real. And my neighbor at the time, she was like, oh my gosh, Bridget Mendler's coming. Like, do you want to go see her? Yeah, I want to go see her. Like, good luck, Charlie, babe. I'm going to see that. And so we go. She put on her show. She was fantastic. I can't even lie. Like, prime Bridget Mendler time.
Yes.
Like, right after that album came out, like, Ready or Not's, like, we're bumping right now.
I still have those on my playlist.
Oh my gosh, me too. Especially with all the hurricanes coming on. Hurricane is on, like, my top 100 of the year because of that. And she had, like, a little meet and greet. And I don't even remember if she signed something for me. No idea what she signed. Like, to this day, I don't remember. I texted my friend. I'm like, do you remember what she signed for us? No idea. But we just have that collective memory. Like, she did sign something, just completely up and over our heads.
Yeah.
But she was very sweet.
I've also met the TikTokers, the hockey guys?
Yes.
I met them. I have a picture, I have a selfie with them.
How'd that happen?
I was at a Lightning game. It was a playoff game, I think. And I was scrolling on Instagram during the periods and I saw that they were at Emily. Like I saw them in their seats and I was like, no way. I saw in the background their seat sign, like what section they were in, and I was like, no way. Look to my right, I see them. And so after the game, I literally ran out of the section we were in and I waited for them to like come up, and I got a picture with them.
It was a coincidence. You didn't know?
Yeah. I like turned, I was like, I made eye contact with one of them and I was like, can I get a picture?
Just like a real quick.
I was like, please. And then they said something, I couldn't hear them, and I said, just walked away.
Good enough.
Yeah, I got the picture.
That's all.
No one needs to know the rest.
That's pretty much like my mom and I. We also used to go to like Comic Cons whenever I was little. Like we were both really into Harry Potter, and like the guy that played Draco, Ginny, and Neville were all there at like one point in time. And she's like, we have to go. So of course we went to every single one of them, got our pictures with them. But that's the extent.
That's meeting them too, I guess.
Yeah. Them dirt bike boys and Bridget Mendler. That's my lineup.
Harry Potter, dirt bikes, Bridget Mendler.
Yeah, I'd say it's
the Holy Trinity.
Seriously, one way or another. Never have I ever had a heart attack. I have not.
I have. I was 15 years old, and I was at swim practice, and everything was fine leading up to the day. And all of a sudden, like I was swimming warm up, which isn't supposed to be like a super exhilarating time, I guess. And all of a sudden I felt like my heart in the pit of my stomach. I felt it in my feet, like my heartbeat. And at this time, I was used to getting out of swim practice for like 30 minutes to go to the bathroom. So I went up to my coach and I was like, hey, like this is weird. I feel my heart in my stomach and my feet. Like, I don't think this is right. She thankfully believed me, brought me over to lifeguards. And at this point, I'm resting. I'm not doing anything. And the lifeguards put the like pulse oximeter on. And they're like, oh no, it's broken, hold on. Take it off, fix it, put it back on. They're like, oh no, like 280 BPM at our resting rate. Your regular resting rate is like about 90.
Jeez, like almost triple it.
Yeah, and luckily there was a cardiac nurse on deck that day. Crazy coincidence. She came over and was like, I'm a cardiac nurse, yada yada. And she felt my heart rate, looked at the pulse oximeter and was like, I think an ambulance needs to be called. So they called the ambulance. I was promised some hot men to come take care of me. They were all middle-aged, liars on the worst day of my life. They came in, they tried to do some vagal maneuvers, which is like, basically they have you push like you're gonna make a bowel movement, but don't actually make the bowel movement, and those didn't work. So they had to put me in the ambulance. I'm in just my swimsuit. I'm like 15 years old. My coach came and gave me my phone to call my mom. I left my backpack, my swim bag. I had nothing on me but my phone. Called my mom on the way over. But before we left the parking lot, they kept missing my pulse or my vein. And before we left the parking lot, I started like clenching up. Like I was going to rigor mortis because there was not enough blood and oxygen pumping through my veins because my heart was beating so fast. And I was basically losing blood flow to the rest of my body. So I was like about to die basically.
Oh my gosh.
And they finally found my vein, pumped some stuff in me that stopped it, my heart, and then let it reboot itself. And then I headed to the hospital. When I was there, they made the mistake of saying if you waited 5 more minutes, you would not be here today. And I had to get heart surgery about a month later.
Really?
Well, not open heart. It was a procedure. They went through the main arteries in my body, 2 in my groin and 1 in my neck, went into my heart and fixed the extra hole I had in like where the electrical current goes, which caused an extra heartbeat that no one's caught before. And then that day, something happened and the heartbeat like messed up, and so then it kept going faster and faster to kind of like fix itself,
Like
and it
trying
never
to catch
did.
up.
Yeah,
Oh my
and it never
gosh.
did.
That is absolutely insane. Have you had like any sort of issues to this day regarding that?
No, I didn't even have any issue. Like we didn't know. Like no one in my family knew. Growing up, I was fine, and then just that one day, it happened. And then after my surgery, I wasn't allowed to have any energy drinks. I wasn't allowed to work out. I couldn't get my heart rate up and anything. And then after the surgery, waited 3 weeks, and I went scuba diving. So I was fine.
Well, there you go,
Yeah.
right on.
Yeah.
Now, whenever you were saying like you couldn't get the blood to the rest of your body, did you feel that sensation like where you couldn't like fully like move everything?
Yeah, it started in my toes because that's like the farthest thing from the heart. They like, blood just the body naturally just pushes everything like towards the center of the heart base or like the organs. So it started with my toes. They started clenching together. It's like when you get like a cramp almost in your toes.
Yeah.
They like clench together. You can't really undo it. And then it started like going through the rest of my legs, then my fingers, my hands. I couldn't move my body. I remember going like something's weird, like weird's happening, and the ambulance guy was like, "Can't feel your toes," and I was like, "Worse." And they were like, "1 second," and then, yeah.
It's crazy. I know what you mean in that sensation. I've had 2 of them. They're called hemiplegic migraines, and they resemble a stroke. So it was like the right side of my face was drooping. I couldn't move any of the right side of my body. I know exactly what you mean. It was like so stiff, but yet I couldn't move it. Like I'd pick it up and I could feel like how strong, like my muscles were clenching, but it just I couldn't use it.
Dang, that's scary.
Yeah, I was young too, and I went to the hospital, and they're like, "Oh, this will never happen again. Like this is like once in a million type of thing." 3 years later, right back there, had the exact same thing happen.
Dang.
It's crazy how these medical anomalies can just happen, and
Yeah.
you were so young when it happened too.
Yeah, I mean, like the funny thing is, not even like a year or so after, school started mandating EKGs to play in sports, and that was because my problem isn't. It's like a common thing, but it's not often talked about because it's just such a low amount of like problems that come with it, I guess. And they started mandating EKGs, so like all students had to catch this before they were able to play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at least they were able to implement something into that to make it a little bit easier for everybody.
Yeah.
Well, this is all the time that we have for Never Have I Ever. Questions, that's all the questions we have today. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Never Have I Ever.
Bye.